It's exactly 32 minutes past the hour of 7 and you're still watching Sunrise at Sea. My name is Shivana Auma and you're just in time for your wellness and lifestyle segment. Now, if there's something COVID-19 has taught us is that there is need to, make sure that you have a lump sum of money stored. It may not even be a lump sum, but you need to have some money stored up for a rainy day. And in Uganda, compared to other countries in East Africa, such as Kenya, Tanzania, and Rwanda, Uganda has the lowest savings to gross domestic product GBP ratio at 13.48%, with a majority of the population not having a bank account. And those were statistics that were released by Bank of Uganda between the period of 2018 and 2019. And that is why this morning we are going to be talking about financial wellness. In particular, this morning we are going to be talking about savings, especially when it comes amongst the youth. And I know this is a conversation many of us don't want to have, because you have earned that money, you have sweated, so you want to go out, you want to have enjoyment. But it is important to save. And I'm no expert when it comes to financial literacy, but joining me at the center of this conversation is none other than Mr. Johnson Galabuzi, and he is the Manager Business Growth at Finance Trust Bank. He is also the proprietor of Ches Johnson Hotels. He is also a financial literacy expert. Also, I need to say this because he asked me to mention it. He is happily married with 3 children. Good morning, Mr. Galabuzi, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning to you, Shivan.
Yes.
It's really nice for me to be here. I've been welcomed very well, and I'm going to share the little that I know about financial literacy.
Well, I'm pretty much excited because I'm among those people who fall victim when it comes to saving. When I hear that word saving, I'm like, but God, I worked the entire day. I need to eat this money. So the first question that I'm going to ask, especially when it comes to the youth, how can they actually save amidst the fact that they even earn little already?
Well, I want to start with a statement that money understands one language.
Yes.
Save me today and I'll save you tomorrow.
Absolutely. That's a nice
Now, if you have a notion behind everything that you're doing, then you'll get the will and the urge to start saving. Very important. So savings is the gateway to getting to where your dream is taking you. All of us have different dreams.
And
but
vision.
once you start dreaming, you need to save, but not only save, like I will share later on, but also invest. Because saving alone may not take you very far. Now you need to save and then also invest along the way. And we usually have a quasi feeling that you have to save a lot before you invest. It's not true. You can start with whatever you have saved. 1 + 1 makes a bundle. Once you're able to save whatever amount, there is something under the sun that you can do. So 1, for starters, getting the culture of saving is very important. Once you're able to save, then you'll be able to invest.
Okay.
Like in the Bible, the parable of the talents.
Yes.
If you just save, or they gave it to you, you kept it, and that is it, I mean, at the end of the day, it will be taken away. But the one who multiplied it ended up getting more.
Okay.
That is what saving is about.
It sounds
Now,
very amazing listening to you talking about saving.
True. Oh, yeah. It's really interesting. So you start by saving. It's something, and saving is usually painful. We usually say you save first and then spend. You do not save after spending.
Okay.
They're 2 different things. You save first. If you're paid 100,000 shillings, just save, for example, 20,000 shillings and live within the 80,000 shillings that is remaining. It is called forced saving along the way. You force yourself to save. And then when you save, you need to save in areas or places where it makes it a bit uncomfortable for you to spend the money. Now, if I save and I save in my wallet, most probably I will do what we call impulse spending. Impulse spending, and one of the biggest challenge of the youth is they spend by impulse.
Yes.
You are walking along the street, you have not budgeted for it, you see a nice watch, and you want to spend on
But
it.
it only comes once. You might not find the watch
And
the
that's
next
where,
day.
remember I told you, it understands one language. Save me today, and I'll save you tomorrow. That is money.
Yes.
Now, we usually have a challenge differentiating between needs and wants. And this is where the problem starts from. There are things that you need. You need a pair of shoes to appear smart to go and work.
Yes.
You want 5 pairs of shoes so that you change every day. And that's what affects you along the way. You need to eat and feel okay for the night and survive. You can have the famous Chikomando, or you can go to the next door kiosk, or you can opt to go and eat the same food that is a bit expensive in an expensive restaurant.
Absolutely.
So it's all about our savings culture. Once you have it at the back of your mind that I have a goal and I'm supposed to achieve it, then it becomes much easier for you to save.
Yes.
So now it starts by having commitment. You say, I am committed to saving to get to this. Let's say I want to start a small project, a poultry project. I am saving for that. Now, if you look at the big picture in one go, then you will see where you're going and you start saving. Now, as you save, you need to make the money make money for you. And that's where the banks come in handy, like Finance Trust Bank. As you're saving, you need to save in an area where you do not get to spend to save. What do I mean? You save 10,000 shillings. At the end of the month, they deduct ledger fees of 1,000 shillings, and you're saving 9,000 shillings. Now, the banks have become extremely innovative because there is cutthroat competition.
Yes.
So we have accounts like the no fee account, where somebody opens the account and they save, and they are not charged even a single shilling.
Yes.
And they even paid interest on the money that they are saving.
Okay.
Now, that is one of the ways. Now, once the money is in the bank, it will definitely stop you from spending it, because you need to go to the bank and then you line up and then you get it out. Most probably, if it is not a need and it's a want, you will not spend it easily. Then we also have innovative products within the banks that help you save. I'll give an example. As you are saving, you can decide to fix your money on that particular account because you know you're growing it gradually, and then you're given extraordinary interest because you don't have access to that money. It is your money. The bank is using it to invest somewhere, and we call it a fixed deposit account. There are other alternatives that are available on the market. I don't want to sound a bit selfish. In the insurance companies,
Yes.
where we have unit trust, umbrella trust, and so on. That's another avenue. Now, the issue is for you to start saving with whatever amount you have. Come to Finance Trust Bank. Let's talk about it. Let us see how we can make money for you.
But even while we're talking about savings, is
Yes.
savings the only way someone can attain financial wellness?
It's a combination of two.
Yes.
You save and then invest.
So investment has to be part of the picture.
It has to be part of the picture. Because even if you save and you do not invest, then it becomes a challenge. Another thing is saving in groups. And we have very good products for that. Now, sometimes if you want to take a longer journey, you need to take it as a group. You form a circle.
Yes.
You pull money together. We have innovative products where we can do up to 200% of what you have saved. And then you get money in a lump sum and you forge forward. Now, most of us sometimes want to walk the journey alone and forget that sometimes if you do it as a group, if you have members of staff at sea and you come together and you form a circle, it gives you the power of consolidated funds. For example, if everybody is bringing in 100,000 shillings, at the end of the month, if you're 10 staff, that is 1,000,000 shillings. You can plan together. Then you invest it. and then the returns will be bigger, and then you will divide it amongst yourselves.
Okay. So for someone watching us this morning on Sunrise at Sea, and they need to understand when is the right time to start saving?
The right time to start saving is yesterday.
Why do I feel like you're attacking me this morning?
Shiva, the best time to save
Yes.
is yesterday. It means you are already late. And saving doesn't have to be big. But I need to save 1,000,000 shillings, which even if it is 1,000 shillings.
Okay.
The day you bought a taxi and your transport fare is less by 100 shillings, and that taxi tout roughs you up, is when you'll understand that every penny counts. So let it be 1,000 shillings. Let it be 10,000 shillings. Let it be any amount. Please make sure that even if it means foregoing something that will inconvenience you a bit, saving is very painful. Because we're in a society where people have access to a lot of money in different ways.
Yes.
Now, if you want to live by their standards, one, you'll have a big challenge because you don't know their source of income.
Yes.
So if you want to dress up and feel cool and do whatever everybody is doing, you become trendy, it will become a huge challenge for you. Because then you don't know their source of income. Maybe they've been saving. Maybe they have a good background. So saving is painful, but you need to start it early.
Mr. Galabozi, let's take
Please.
a look at the statistics that I mentioned earlier. And
Please.
according to Bank of Uganda statistics, they said between a period of 2018 and 2019, only 13% of the population in Uganda actually had bank accounts of
Yes.
people saving and all, amongst the youth specifically. Why do you think people or the youth in Uganda are not forthcoming when it comes to saving with the bank and prefer to have tiny little piggy banks where they save their money? Is it an issue of financial literacy, lack of financial literacy, or is it that not enough awareness has been created by bank proprietors?
One, it starts with our culture. Now, you know that previously banks in Uganda have been seen as institutions for the well-to-do people. That time, even when we're still going to school, even going and paying your school fees in the bank and so on, we have a mental picture that you're supposed to have a lot. It belongs to a certain class. That is why you find that we have a lot of circles that are coming up that are tapping into this population. And then there's also the element of financial literacy. Now, I think we've also not done a lot to empower these different groups of youth and so on and tell them it is possible. The other thing is the youth are now tech-savvy. Most of them.
Yes.
They don't have the time to come and line up in the bank and so on. Now, the banks have not done a lot in coming down to the youth and banking them completely and also. I wouldn't want to push the blame the other side.
Yes.
Because if you're able to tap into the different groups early enough, it becomes much easier. That's why Finance Trust Bank has gone a step ahead, because we put women first. I am happy that it's the Women's Month, and at Finance Trust Bank we put women first. We've gone down to that lady down there in the market at home who saves 1,000 shillings. Actually, that is our target market. For us, we're doing a lot of financial deepening with those people at that level. That's why you find that out of our 34 branches networked countrywide, we only have 7 in the Central Business District or around Kampala.
Yes.
The others are up country. We stretch as far as Arua, we go as far as Mbarara, Kamwenge, Ishaka. We're all down there. We go as far as Kapchora in the hills, Soroti, Kumi, and so on, because we have an agenda. The bank was started by 5 women who sat down in a room more than 35 years ago and said, we want to do a women's bank, typically. And then that has been the model that has pushed us to this level. But We are trying as much as possible. You've seen the initiatives from government, definitely to get people to bank and save in the different banks and the different institutions. I think it will go on improving. And we have digitalized most of the products, so that somebody doesn't always have to go and look for, a branch or so on. We have agent banking that is also simplifying it. And of course, the mobile network operators that are also helping out on that, to start with saving, to basically improve it along the way.
Okay, so what are some of the things I need to put into consideration before I even start to save?
One, you need to be committed to the cause of saving. Ask yourself, why am I saving? When you have a purpose of saving, it becomes much easier for you to start saving.
Absolutely.
Now, when you dream big, it becomes easy for you to save. Now, there's a saying that if your dream does not frighten you, then it's not good enough. Shivan, you must be dreaming so big that even when you think about it, you say, is that me?
Me? I see where you're coming from.
Exactly. So you need that commitment along the way that I need to serve.
Yes.
For whatever
reason.
Then you start saving. And we also need to build that culture in our children, so that you help them save along the way. They start saving early. You as parents, get them piggy banks. Tell them how to save, so they get into that culture. You expect somebody after campus to start saving when you have not groomed them into the culture of saving. You didn't have done a good job. So it even starts with us, the parents. As we grow, as we nurture our kids, we need to get them into the savings culture. Very important.
Okay. So as we wrap up this conversation, you talked about 1 or 2 initiatives that the bank has put in place in order to help save. Are there any other initiatives or agendas that you're running to help to promote the saving culture when it comes to Uganda?
Yes, one, we have a financial literacy program that we're doing across the country.
Yes.
We actually have a launch on the 5th of April at Lugogo Showgrounds. We usually do it. It's something that we do to definitely help out on spreading the gospel of saving and growing, their investments. We'll also be doing it across the country in our different branches. So that is one initiative the bank has done. We have partnered with a couple of, I would call them NGOs, donor partners, to try and support in different areas like renewable energy, in terms of agriculture and so on. Just visit one of the Finance Trust Bank branches and speak to any of the managers or the credit officers or the relationship officers to definitely tell you how you can make money for you. If there is anything anybody is going to pick out of this conversation that we have had, is how are you going to use the money that you've saved to make money for you? Very important. And that is in Finance Trust Bank.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time and accepting to be a part of Sunrise at Sea this morning.
Most welcome, Shivan.
Well, today we talked about saving, but I think next time it is very important that we also look at the aspect of investment. So when the viewer has understood the importance of saving and, understanding money should be making money for you, not the other way around, then you'll get to understand how to invest it. And that winds up the conversation that I had for you this morning on wellness and lifestyle. We take a quick breather, but when we do return, Sandra Kopp continues the conversation on the Twitter Jabs. Keep watching Sunrise at Sea.